Good morning people and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is basically just a review, my thoughts, my opinions about the Margartaville at sea cruise because a lot of friends has been asking me like about it, so I just figured I might as well just do a video and answer all these questions and talk about it and give you guys my review about it. So the first thing I always get asked is, do you have to have a passport to go on this cruise? It's not mandatory, it's optional. Like, I personally prefer bringing a passport. You can bring a birth certificate too. They'll accept either or. Just know that if you have a birth certificate, when you're leaving, for some reason the birth certificate line moved a lot slower than the people with a passport line. So I would recommend bringing a passport. I don't know, that's just me. Every time I'm on an international trip, like, I just prefer bringing it, but it's not required. And then another thing a lot of people ask is, do you have to be vaccinated? So like, a lot of the COVID rules has been lifted for a lot of cruise lines now, so you don't have to be vaccinated, you don't have to have a negative COVID test before getting on a cruise. Like I said, you just need two things, which is either a passport or a birth certificate. Also, they're gonna ask for a credit card on file, because if any charges that you do on the ship, they scan your room card key and like it just goes getting billed on the card that you have on file. And then at the end, all the port fees will be charged onto that card too. The thing that a lot of people ask, is it worth it? Like, it just depends. Like, if you're all you care about is having like getting like partying and drinking and just eating, then this is the perfect cruise for you. Because like I explained before in my past videos, there's not really a lot of entertainment, shows, things like that. So like 2 days was enough. Like, I felt like if it was a longer longer cruise, like if it was like 5 to 7 days, I would have hated it, because I would have been super bored, because I'm the type of person, I can't stay still. I like to like constantly be doing something on the go. So but if all you want to do is just party and get drunk, then this is just perfectly for you. The check-in, like I said, is really quick. I was expecting it to be long because it was like a lot of people, was crowded, it was a long line, but it went by really quickly in 10 minutes. Like I said, they just look up your name, you show either your passport, birth certificate, and then they started boarding at 12. What I really like is the all employees on the ship. Like, they're super friendly, they're very helpful, they're always smiling, you know, you can tell that they love their job. This is also a good cruise, like if you're on a budget, because it's super cheap. Like, if you're paying out of pocket, it's maybe $200-300, I think, per person for this 2-day cruise, 3-day cruise. So that's the cool thing about it. It's just really cheap, but you know, you get what you pay for. So that's why there's like pros and cons of being on a budget cruise. If you always need Wi-Fi, like I usually always purchase the Wi-Fi package. It's pretty cheap too. It was $25 for the whole cruise ship. Like, it was like for 2 days, and that's not bad. But it's only good for like if you want to check emails or scroll social media, things like that. But I wouldn't recommend using it to like upload videos. Like, that's why I didn't bring my computer, because it's slow for the Wi-Fi. When you get there, it's only valet parking. I'm so used to all the other ports being self-parking, so just remember to bring cash, because it was $44 at the recording of this, of December of 2022. I don't know if it's gonna change, but for when I went, it was $44 for the two days. They only have like very few limited food places. So there's the main dining room every night. They have the buffet, you can go anytime. And then they have the steak restaurant, but the steak restaurant is a separate charge because it's like a fine dining. They also have a pizza spot, but there's only one complimentary slice of pizza you're allowed to get. If you want a whole box, you do have to pay, I think it was $7. This ship is really old. It's about, I think it's 30 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure the exact date, don't get me wrong, but it's around that age. So like you can tell certain parts of the ship it's outdated, and but you know, it's a good cruise. If it's like, I would recommend it if it's like you've never been on a cruise before and like this is your very first cruise that you've ever been on. I would start there and then go on to other cruise lines, because if you start at other cruise lines and then come to Margartaville at sea, to be honest, you will be disappointed. You won't be impressed, because like I said in the past, I've done Royal Caribbean, I've done Carnival, and going from there to here is kind of like a downgrade, to be honest. The best way for me to compare it to is kind of, it felt like Carnival had a baby and boom, Margaritaville Sea was born. To be honest, that's, like I said, this is just my opinion. Maybe you guys might have a different experience or, you know, review about it, but like I said, if you've never been on a cruise, this is the good one to start off with, and then go to other cruise lines. I wouldn't recommend go other cruise lines, come here first. Then you're gonna be like, wow. But and then I think I really don't like is that they don't have an app for the cruise. So it's like every other, like when I was last on a Royal a couple months ago, they have a app that shows where everything's at, it's showtime, or like where, you know, just give you a lot of information. It's like I had to like keep asking the employees on the ship, like, where is this, what time is this, what time is dinner. It was just really frustrating. Like if you had an app, you can just easily pull it up, look up where it is. I'm like, it just makes things more convenient. Another thing is to bring your own cup on the ship, because you can refill with ice and water or juice whenever you want in the buffet. That's what I kept doing though. This is one, I actually brought my Jaws cup, but I don't have it on me. It's actually in the kitchen. But I recommend bringing like any of these kind of cups, you know, to keep your drinks cold, because you can carry it around and refill it anytime you want. It just makes things easier than having to use the little tiny plastic cups to fill up your drinks. Speaking of drinks, so they do have a drinking package on board. If you drink alcohol, I think it was about 10 drinks for $100, and then they had a soda drinking package. I don't remember how much that was. I think it was $30, but since I mostly drank water, I didn't need to purchase any of the drinking packages, but they do have that on board. And also when you get to the Grand Bahama Island, if you have a lot of belongings like I do, I recommend bringing a beach bag. You don't want to have to pay for a bag when you get to the Bahamas, you know what I mean? It's just make sure you pack one so you can have all your stuff, like your towels, clothes, camera, phone, you know, things like that. I have a lot of things, so, but if you're very light, you just carry your phone and that's it. Then you're okay, you're good to go. You just put it in a pocket. But that's a tip I bring you, I give you guys when going on this ship. And then the last thing is to bring a one of those universal adapter chargers that you can plug in the outlets. Even though I know they had one USB and one USB-C, but if you have a lot of devices like I do, I recommend bringing a multi-charger adapter that you can plug in and have multiple devices plugged in. Because like I need it because I have a lot of stuff. I have my Sony camera, my GoPro, my phone, my headphones, my Apple Watch, and so on. So it's like, it's just, if you're like me and you bring a lot of things that you need to charge, I recommend going on Amazon. It's pretty cheap for one. I think like 18 bucks or something to have one of those universal adapters. And plus it's good when you travel a lot, especially on international trips. You can use them when you're in Europe or wherever, that uses those outlets. But let me know in the comments, guys, below. Have you ever been on the Margartaville Sea, or you're planning to? What are your thoughts, your opinions? I would like to hear them below. I hope you guys enjoy this video with me. If you do, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next venture. Bye.